In 1789, utilitarianism was launched with Jeremy Bentham's groundbreaking book entitled The Principles of Morals and Legislation. The birth of utilitarianism, begun here by Bentham and carried on by John Stuart Mill in the early to mid-1800s, marked a significant philosophical advance in the midst of stormy political climates.
The American Revolution a few years before and the French Revolution, which began in the same year as Bentham's work was published, marked a turning point in the order of the political world. Equal rights were being demanded, with different consequences.
And so it seems fitting that an ethic of equality was developed at the same time. The inventors of utilitarianism were English geniuses, rebels, and mild-mannered maniacs. John Stuart Mill, for instance, began studying Greek at the age of 3, Latin at 8, and philosophy soon after. His father insisted he work long hours without much chance of rest. It's highly likely he never met anyone his own age as a child. Mill, in fact, went so far as to say himself in his autobiography, "I was never a boy." Yet this unfortunate, brilliant, and lonely child went on to become an MP, an equal rights activist, and one of the founding fathers of utilitarianism.
Mill's predecessor was similarly remarkable. Jeremy Bentham was a reformer, prison architect, and even inventor of the frozen pea. His dedication to the precipitation of knowledge went so far as to lead him to insist that at his own funeral he be dissected in front of his mourners. His head is still on display in London.
But from the brilliant and disturbed minds of Bentham and Mill came an innovative and lasting moral theory: utilitarianism.
Utilitarianism, in its most basic form, says that one ought to act so that the consequences cause the greatest overall happiness. Unlike other moral theories, utilitarianism is concerned primarily with the ends of an action rather than its content. If the consequences are good, then the act is good. Utilitarianism is very much a consequentialist theory. In short, Bentham and Mill's utilitarianism says that we must act with everyone in mind. We must act with the end of increasing happiness as our top priority. Promoting the overall happiness is everything. It is the utilitarian's guiding principle. It is the one rule by which all actions are governed.
It is Bentham's greatest happiness principle. By the time Mill published his greatest philosophical achievement, imaginatively entitled Utilitarianism, many things had changed on the political map. The French Revolution had ended in bloody failure, the establishment and eventual banishment of the Emperor Napoleon. America was in the grips of civil war, but utilitarianism had managed to plant itself as a seemingly permanent fixture upon the philosophical map. The consequentialist ethics of equality and the promotion of happiness were here to stay. Utilitarianism had arrived.